Welcome to the 2023-2024 Battle of the Books Question Writers tutorial. In the 2023-2024 school year, each Bob question writer will be assigned 3 books. Each writer will create 20 multiple choice questions per book for a total of 60 multiple choice questions, and each writer will create 10 in which book questions for each book for a total of 30 in which book questions. In exchange for writing these questions, each writer will receive a full set of SSYRA or FTR titles processed and cataloged for the library. So who writes what? You can't write questions for your own level. So elementary media specialists can write middle and high school questions. Middle school media specialists can write elementary and high school questions. High school media specialists can write elementary and middle school questions. For your multiple choice questions, the title and the author are listed at the top during the quiz. So do not include that during your as one of your answers. You're going to have 4 choices, 1 correct, and 3 distractors. These questions are used during the online Battle of the Books competition. You're going to write 20 of these for each book. For your multiple choice questions, it's okay to use character names. It's okay to use names of places or events. It's okay to use quotes. And it's okay to make some questions easy, but not too many. It's not okay to repeat the title or author. That is going to be at the top of the page when the students are taking the online Battle of the Books quiz. It's not okay to make the distractors too easy. It's not okay to create really long questions. There are 300 questions and teams have 20 minutes to answer as many correctly, and they are given in a random order. So if you write really long questions, you're going to trip up a team, and that's not fair. So don't make the questions too long. And it's not okay to use isolated details that are practically impossible to remember. To add a multiple choice question, you're going to choose the grade level, then select the book title. You're going to write the question, making sure to check for spelling and grammar mistakes. I recommend writing your questions in a Google Doc or a Word doc and then copying and pasting them into the question box. 2 things to make sure that your entire question fits in the box and that your grammar and spelling are correct. I recommend the Google Doc and the Word doc because the Bob database does not check spelling or grammar. The correct answer is always choice A. Answer choices B, C, and D are distractors. And then you're going to save the question. The in which book questions. For these questions, the answer is always the book's title and author or authors. These are used during the grand battle of the books. These questions must be specific and hard. These kids are so good at the game, and they love challenging questions. So for your in which book questions, it's okay to use quotes, it's okay to use specific details, and it's okay to make the questions really, really hard. What it's not okay to do is use the title or author. These are what the children are going to have to come up with as the answer during the grand battle of the books. It's not okay to use character names. It's not okay to use names of places. And it's not okay to write questions so vague that they could apply to multiple books. Now remember, you're only writing 10 per book. Make each one great and try and spread them out throughout the entirety of the book. In which book questions? The grand battle questions are designed to challenge the teams to remember characters, plot lines, and specific details from the books. Some examples of good questions. In which book does a character face this problem? I could be the person everyone wants me to be, or I could be the person they all expect me to be. Or, in which book did a character realize it was love when she received a bouquet of rainbow flowers? Examples of bad questions. In which book was their sibling rivalry? This is simply too vague. It could apply to any of the books in the Battle of the Books selections. In which book did Sally fall in love with a vampire? Remember, you may not use names and or places in the in which book questions. In which book was there magic? Again, far too vague. Adding in which book question. You're going to write in the question beginning with in which book. Again, I recommend you write these in a Google Doc or a Word document so that you check your grammar and your spelling, and double check when you paste them in that the entire question fits in the box. You're going to select your grade level, select the book format, select your book title, add the page number. This is really, really important, and it must be correct. It's so important at the grand battle level because if we get a question challenge, we need to be able to find where in the book the question came from and find it immediately. Save your question and don't forget to make these questions hard. I will be adding each of you to the Battle of the Books application. Now that you have viewed this webinar, you are officially question writers. To access the Battle of the Books application, you're going to go to bob.palmbeachschools.org. You'll click on Question Bank to access the Question Bank management screen. And remember, you must be logged into the portal to access the database. I will let you know when your books are ready to be picked up. Right now, we are experiencing some back orders. Hopefully they will be in soon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, call or email me. I will be working throughout the summer. Thank you so much for volunteering your time to be a Battle of the Books question writer for the 2023-2024 school year.